What was it like growing up in a family that put music, so big in your life from such a young age?
We look at him with the eyes of, sons. He's not for us like a celebrity, It's my reality.
Sure. I saw you also recently performed with Will Smith. What was that like? I mean, what a legend.
That was very fun. I met him the same time that I met Ed and Johnny Depp in L'Atico.
This sounds like a hell of a party, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Who is like your dream collaboration?
I could say Harry Styles. I could say Adele.
What's the track on this new album that best says, like, this is Matteo now?
This is a good question.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spout Podcast. I'm your host, Tamara Dia, and today I am joined by the one and only Matteo Bocelli. How you doing?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing great, thank you. He just got off of a flight and came straight here, so thank you for that.
So if you see me a little bit confused, it's because of that.
Yeah, the jet lag, right? I blame everything on jet lag, even when I'm not traveling. But it's release week for you, so I'm sure you're all over the place. But more importantly, congratulations on your sophomore album, Falling in Love. Talk to me about this album and why it differs from your first.
Well, this is a very important album for me. I'm very proud of it. Coming from the first one where working on the music wasn't easy for anyone because obviously we were coming from COVID time. So it wasn't easy to be in the room, with the producer. And this time with this album, instead, I decided to basically build the studio at my place.
Oh, nice.
And it was all about this, It was about gathering together at the table. So I would have cooked for them, drinking Tuscan wine, because at the end, music wants authenticity, wants sharing of opinions, ideas, and I feel like people can feel it in this music.
If I was a producer, I would be very happy to work on that album if you're inviting me to drink wine in Tuscany and make music.
The invitation is still open if you want to come.
I mean, shoot, I'm going to take you up on that. I'm not a producer, but I can be your hype person.
Why not? We need those too.
Well, let's talk about the lead single off the album, To Get to Love You. As soon as the song started, my TikTok brain immediately recognized that first sample. I'm going to butcher this, apologies here, but it's from La Leçon Particulière, the film.
Correct.
So when did you decide, were you like, oh, I want to use this right here?
Well, yeah, that's definitely like a music thing that was, going around on TikTok, but I'm not really that type of person. Or like I need to feel a connection with the music I make. So to me, it was like truly a beautiful music theme that could have been developed into a song. And basically, that's what we've done with together with Amy Wadge. She's an incredible talent. Everybody knows her. I don't need to talk about her incredible works, but she's also a beautiful human being, and I always underline it because every time I work with someone in music, I need to feel a connection with the person, and she's amazing.
Hello, everybody. Nick Major here with the Spout Podcast. All right, so listen up. College life can be a grind. There are papers, research, group projects, terrible group projects where the classmate doesn't do the work when they're supposed to, and then the day that it's due, they say, oh, I didn't do it. That happens to me, and I'll never forget it, but that's where Google Gemini comes in. Imagine turning hours of studying into minutes, or turning messy notes into something that actually makes sense. Pretty nice, right? In this day and age, absolutely. So students get Google Gemini's Pro plan free for 1 year, but hurry, the offer ends soon, so sign up by October 6th to get free access to Gemini 2.5 Pro, unlimited image uploads, deep research tools, notebook LM, 2 terabytes of storage, and more. Literally, if you don't take advantage of this, it blows my mind. In this day we are living in, if I had something like Gemini when I was in college and university, I can only imagine how easy it would have made my life. So visit gemini.google/students to learn more and sign up today. Terms apply, but you're welcome. I have officially now changed your college-going experience for the better. What's up, guys? Nick Major here with the Spout Podcast, and this week's episode of the Spout Podcast is brought to you by Booking.com, Booking.yeah. So they've got stays all across the U.S., from hotels to vacation rentals, and trust me, they can handle the quirkiest of requests. Like me, for example, I need a strong Wi-Fi signal wherever I am staying, because if I can't binge watch an entire season of a show on vacation, is that even really a vacation? It's not. So whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, or a friend who packs 6 suitcases for a 2-day trip, Booking.com has the perfect place. Find exactly what you are looking for on Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
These lyrics are, I'm just going to give you a couple right here, because I feel like you're bringing like a real lover boy yearning back to music, which we need here in the US. We were missing this. So the lyrics is, if I took the stars from the sky for you, would I find the way to your heart? Which is like, swoon.
If I took the stars from the sky for you, would I find the way to your heart?
Are these lyrics inspired by anyone in particular?
Yes, they are. To stay, how do you say, vague?
Sure.
Okay. I'm always try to get inspiration from anything that surrounds me. Sometimes, most of the times it is my personal life, and that's why I rather talk through my music and not through specifically like in a conversation. But I also love listening to people's story, and this is one of the things that I love the most to do. It's spending time with my friends, and to me, it's the time is it's one of the biggest value that we have, because at the end life is about sharing moments with the people we love. It's about love. It's about, again, like these feelings, and I love to put them into music.
So obviously you grew up in Italy, so Italian is your native language, but you're singing in English. So I have to ask, like, when you're singing about love, do you feel like it's more powerful in Italian or English?
Well, no, English, obviously I don't speak a good English, but
no, your English is very good.
But whenever it's about like singing, I sing in English since I was a little kid, obviously. And so I do feel like very comfortable when I sing in English. Italian is definitely a very romantic language, not because I'm Italian, but also Italian I feel like has way more like to express like one feeling. We have many way of saying it, like we have many words. So it is definitely like a beautiful language to use whenever we make music. And yes, I don't want to say it's more powerful than English. I mean, this is something that we have to leave to the audience to say.
Well, as a native English speaker, I think we can agree that Italian is a little more poetic. So I don't think you're insulting anyone. I think people would just agree across the board there. So you also recently released Falling in Love, which is the title track off of the album. Tell me about that song.
Tonight I think I'm falling in love. Could this be how our love story starts? Well, that's a beautiful song that I worked with Toby Gad and this other artist called Camilo, and also Martin Terefe, that is the producer on let's say all of this record. And it's a song actually that comes from Toby. He presented me at first, this melody, this music idea. And I decided to jump on it, because whenever, it's very rare, in the sense that whenever I write music, usually it always starts from me, It's always like, even when I co-write with someone else, I usually I get in the room with already the music idea and the lyrics. But at this time, I mean, it was, so beautiful that I couldn't say no. And I fell in love with the melody and with the storytelling of the song, and that's why I decided to also use it as third single.
I love that you name check Ed Sheeran in the song.
Because that's a real truth. I grew up with listening to his music. I remember the first time that I saw him live was actually when he was opening for Taylor Swift. I was probably 14 years old, and he was still, at the time of Lego House, and I knew the song at the time, but not really the artist. And when I saw him, like walking on stage and and then he was playing the Lego house and entertaining like a whole stadium, I was like, whoa, this kid has definitely something.
Yeah.
And since then, I've always followed him.
I mean, you worked with him.
Yes, we did. We did a song called "Chasing Stars."
Yeah,
it's basically written by him and his brother Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I was trying to collab with him, and finally it happened. It's a beautiful song. It speaks about obviously chasing your dreams,
Mm-hmm.
and we both have in common the fact that both our parents were in love with music,
Mm-hmm.
and it is important to focus on what your kids loves to do. No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have kids, but like from a son perspective, I feel like I've been very lucky because my family understood that this was my real passion. Sometimes, we speak sometimes about this with my brother. It's like with me, they wanted me just to study. In fact, my brother got a degree in aerospace engineer.
Oh, wow.
And he's also the only one that got a degree in piano. But with me, they've been a little bit more nice.
Okay. So they like kind of pushed you more towards the artsy side of things?
No, at all. Actually, they were. I mean, especially my father was trying to do the same with me.
Yeah.
Like study. But
Yeah.
at the end, like if you see that your son loves to do, in this case, music, it's not. I feel like it's not smart to keep like pushing on something that is not made for him.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I grew up in a Middle Eastern family, so for us it was like doctor, lawyer, engineer, and I didn't want any of those. So it's nice to have parents who support the artistic side of you. Just bringing it back to Ed Sheeran real quick, that must have been a crazy full circle moment for you, from watching him at 14 to then working with him. What was the experience like actually working with him?
Working with him, I mean, it's a big word in the sense that the song basically was sent by him and his brother Matthew. But I had the chance then to talk to him, and he actually came to my father's show the past summer,
Mm-hmm.
and after the show we hang out together with him, and also Johnny Depp was there.
What?
And still at the same place where I invited you. So
Oh shoot!
there's a
party.
There's a beautiful energy there.
Yeah.
But,
What was that like hanging out with Ed Sheeran and Johnny Depp?
What's up, guys? Nick Major here, once again with the Spout Podcast. So let's be real, all right? College throws a lot at you. Do you ever wish that there was a tool? It could take your complicated readings, make them simple readings, because I do. I'm not the biggest fan of reading, and something like this sounds incredible. Or even flip your class notes into practice quizzes so you actually remember them after all of that writing, put them to use, pass your tests, get your degree that you're paying all of that money for. Well, that's what Google Gemini does. It's like having a research partner, study buddy, a creative assistant, all in one, available 24/7. I've been testing it out, and one of my favorite things is turning long, boring reads into quick audios so I can go and listen on the go. You put it in your ears. Hey, here's 5 million pages of this thing I need to read. Can you read it quickly to me? And it feels like I have my own podcast going for whatever the topic may be that I'm learning about. So implement that in school. It's genuinely fun and actually super helpful in retaining information and just being able to get through the mass amounts of work that comes with college. So here's the best part. Students get Google Gemini's Pro plan for free for 1 year, but do not wait. The deal is only good until October 6th. And that is like, I'm looking at my calendar right now. That's coming up. So when you sign up, you unlock Gemini 2.5 Pro, unlimited image uploads, deep research, notebook LM, 2 terabytes of storage, and more. Visit gemini.google/students to learn more and sign up. Terms apply, and have fun with it. Good luck with school and follow your dreams. What's up? Nick Major here, once again with the Spout Podcast. And once again, today's episode of the Spout Podcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Yeah. So here's the thing. Everyone has their must-haves when they travel. For me, for example, it's a stay with extra pillows, because somehow I just end up building pillow forts instead of actually sleeping. Do not knock it until you try it. It is a lot of fun. You're missing out on a good time. Or maybe you're looking out for your buddy who insists on a pool that he can always do a cannonball into that he's been perfecting since childhood. Or your cousin who only cares cares if the hotel breakfast has waffles in fun shapes? There's whatever the weird little thing is and the story behind it, there is an option for it. Whatever your checklist looks like, Booking.com has it. Hotels, vacation rentals, everything in between. And honestly, if I can find my perfect stay, then you can find your perfect stay, and anyone can. So save yourself the headache. Find exactly what you're booking for at Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Book today on the site or on the app.
It was nice. It was it was definitely like a cool moment, but simply because it's great to be next to people that they definitely like reached important like goals in their life. It's very inspiring. I had a lot to learn from them, and Johnny, for what I experienced with him, he's a very like beautiful person. He's very like fragile, and I really loved hanging out with him.
Oh, that's lovely. I actually interviewed Ed Sheeran. When was it? I interviewed Ed Sheeran, and he loves to tell stories about going to the pub, and he talks about like throwing back pints. So I'm wondering, like, were you guys throwing back pints together?
Throwing. What does it mean? Throwing back pints?
It's like beer. They call he calls them pints.
Yeah, we drank a little bit, but always with moderation.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. He didn't sound like he drinks in moderation, so that's good that you experienced that part of him. I saw you also recently performed with Will Smith. What was that like? I mean, what a legend.
That was very fun. And we performed this song called Quando Quando Quando, that is written by a dear friend. His name is he wants to be called Uncle Tony. That means Zio Tony. That means uncle. And yes, I performed his song actually in Viña del Mar, Festival de Viña del Mar, February 2024. And since that performance, I had a huge, let's say, response from the whole South America, and since then it became like a must even during my shows to perform that song. And Will Smith came like in the town where we live, and he had this show, and I contacted him, and also actually I met him the same time that I met Ed and Johnny Depp in L'Aiatico.
This sounds like a hell of a party, I gotta say.
Yeah. And so we talked, and we were like, should we do that song together? And then we ended up doing Quando Quando Quando, and obviously he makes a part where he raps, and I feel that it's a very cool version of that song. Yeah,
I mean, that sounded like such a cool experience. Any chance that we'll ever see like an official collaboration between you two?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's keep it open.
Yeah, I love that. You never know. You performed Elvis's Can't Help Falling in Love at Jeff Bezos' wedding, which looked like an incredible experience. There were so many big names there: Kim Kardashian, Katy Perry, Leonardo DiCaprio. When you're looking out in a crowd like that and performing at such an intimate wedding, are you ever like, whoa, this is kind of crazy? Or are you just, in the moment?
Yeah, I definitely felt that it was... that it was like a crazy situation to see like so many incredible talents, in front of me. But at the same time, I must say that I felt very emotional during the performance. Like there was like a very like beautiful energy,
Oh.
Sometimes you may in those events you may think of the craziest, things, and instead it was a very like elegant, and everyone was very like respectful, nice, and I enjoyed the moment very much.
Did anyone come up to you after the performance and they were like, "Oh, you killed that"?
Actually, I hang out a little bit with Ellie Goldwyn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was there too, and then also with Tom Brady.
Okay, casual. What's it like hanging out with Tom Brady?
Because actually, I made like a little like podcast with him a few years ago, and so I introduced myself. Where I was like, "Hey, we did a little podcast," so that was the first time that we met in person together. And yes, then the Kardashian family was there, and I think it was nice. I have a good memory. I have a beautiful memory.
On the way here, I was actually listening to an older podcast, and they were talking about, or no, I think it was like the Jimmy Kimmel show. And they were talking to your dad about the Kardashians because Kim and Kourtney got in a fight because they both used your dad to perform at their wedding.
Who performed at my wedding? Andrea Bocelli. Who performed at Kourtney's wedding? Andrea Bocelli. You stole my wedding country, and my wedding performer.
And your dad actually was really funny about it. He, it's Jimmy Fallon, I think. He was like, "Oh, how does that make you feel?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, no." He's like, "I wasn't upset that they, were fighting over me as singer. I was upset because they didn't fight over me as a boyfriend." And I was like, "What a funny answer."
I'm a little bit disappointed because they disputed me only like singer, not like boyfriend.
Obviously, I would be remiss not to talk about your dad. He's such a legend. What was it like growing up in a family that put music, so big in your life from such a young age?
Well, definitely music has always been, around the house. But when me and my brother Amos were little, we didn't really ever feel the pressure of it. And so also we look at him with the eyes of sons. Not he's not for us like a celebrity,
Yeah.
And so he's always been very. Probably he always approached his success with the family like in the proper way, and so I don't know. It's my reality.
Sure.
So I don't know. Like how to compare it compared to someone else. Like growth since your childhood. But yes, like even though he was like traveling a lot, he's always been very like present. Anytime he could, he would have called. And in general, even when he's home, he always tries to spend as much time as possible with us. And he really cares about the family.
Yeah.
How do you say nucleo?
The nuclear. Yeah, I gotcha. I actually read something that you were too shy to sing for your dad growing up, so you would only sing for your mom. Is that true?
Yeah, let's say that I was shy. Not really to sing in front of him. It was more the thing that his place. It was always like full of people. Like the office in the house, like a lot of people coming in and out. And at my mom's house, I could find, that privacy, those moments to, to sing by myself, and so I would have sung more on my own with at my mom's place, and that's why she's the one that then went to him and said, "Have you ever heard your son singing? Because I think he's good." And so my father was a little bit surprised, and then the first thing that I sang to him was a romanza by Paolo Tosti. So it was a more like operatic thing, and he loves opera. He loves singers when they use the voice in that way, and so he was very surprised, and I must say like positively surprised. Like still today, he would love to hear me singing with that technique, because that's his passion, that's his love for music. Yeah,
I was going to ask, obviously you lean more towards modern pop. So did you ever feel like any pressure to go more towards operatic or classical, or did you always know that this is the direction you wanted to go?
No, I've always known that this was the direction I wanted to go. And, opera, I do understand that I would have, a chance.
Yeah. You also have the voice for opera too.
Yeah. But you need to study. You need to study and focus just for that.
Yeah.
And pop has always been the thing that felt more authentic to myself. And but who knows? Maybe one day I'll come out with an opera.
Yeah, you never know.
With an album made of arias.
Yeah, it would sound amazing, I'm sure. You previously worked with Sofia Carson on the track If I Knew. What was it like working with Sofia?
She's incredible. She's an incredible human being. I loved spending time with her, working with her, and she's a real what do you say professional? Yeah, she's very professional. And nothing. We did a song called If I Knew, and we shot the video actually still in Tuscany. So we brought her also to Tuscany.
Yeah.
Tuscany. It's a place that I suggest everyone to visit.
Oh yeah,
it's
it
nice.
looks beautiful.
So we have beautiful memories of the moments.
When I was doing my research, there was a lot of rumors online that you two were married.
Oh, but those are rumors.
Yeah. Was that surprising to you, or was that kind of like you understand that kind of comes with the territory when you're collaborating with someone who's in a similar age and
Yeah,
the
I
fans
think it
just kind of
comes,
dream it?
maybe sometimes are even like fans' dreams,
Yeah.
you know, like, and I mean, you respect them, obviously.
Yeah.
Sofia is beautiful. I'm gonna tell her, you know, Sofia, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
But no, just rumors.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're dispelling the rumors here, so it's not true. You know, for fans who did discover you through the father-son breakout track "Fall on Me," what's the track on this new album that best says, like, this is Matteo now?
This is a good question. No, but honestly, it's a good question. First of all, the whole project feels like so authentic to myself. It's finally like me. I also brought a more organic sound into this album. The idea was like really to jam the whole, you know, album with, you know, the guitarist, the drummer, the keyboard player. Like, it's very organic in the sense that it's basically the main bone structure of the album. It's guitar, drums, keyboards, like with synths, and bass player, and, you know, me playing the piano. And so that's also why it really sounds like alive almost, the album. But I don't know, there's not one song that I would choose, honestly. It's all very Matteo.
Okay, well, love that. Who is like your dream collaboration? You know, as you move forward through your career, who is someone you're like, oh, I would love to do a song with them?
Well, I always say this because this is a question that always is like people ask me. There's so many talents out there, you know, that I really admire. And so it wouldn't be fair to say, you know, a few names and leave out others. I've always been saying Ed because he's truly like my biggest inspiration. But, you know, I could say Harry Styles, I could say Adele. These are, for example, two artists that I also really like, that I follow a lot. And but yes, there are so many. But collabs are made, to me, it's more again chemistry thing.
Sure.
You know, both artists has to really believe, you know, in the idea on what they're bringing. Because if it's more leaning to, you know, into like one artist of the two, it feels to me a little bit like disconnected.
Sure. Yeah. You know, you and Ed dropped new albums on the same day, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, wow, you really like, I'm a fan. We're gonna do same album, same day. Did you like send him a note or anything? Were you like, oh,
No,
yeah.
no. Actually, we were in New York in the same days. He was promoting his album in New York, and I was there too. 2-3 days ago, and but we couldn't
miss each other.
We couldn't see each other.
You got to send him a note, like, you know, congratulations to both of you, really. So what does the rest of 2025 look like for Matteo Bocelli?
The rest of 2025 is going to be, you know, a very busy calendar, a lot of promo, but also a lot of shows. Now I just did a showcase in New York. I'm going to be doing another one in LA tomorrow. And then the real tour starts from Tallinn in Europe, and then I'll be back in the States from the end of November, and I'll be a lot in California as well, and then Christmas at home, and we start again from 2026. We'll probably do South America, the States again in March, and then I'll go to Australia. And then probably Europe or States again.
I mean, it's truly a world tour.
Yeah, it is a world tour. Yeah. Europe, I visited almost every state except for probably like France, not yet, and another one. But for the rest, we did it all.
Yeah.
And the States, slowly, you know, that there are many states in the United States.
There truly are, yeah.
Slowly, I'm trying to touch all of them.
Do you have a favorite song that you like to perform?
So from the new album, there's a song it's called "Angel in Disguise," and this is a song that I really like to perform live. I was now thinking, because we just did this showcase in New York, and "Angel in Disguise" is definitely a song that. Also, there's another one called "Glimpse of Happiness," and I actually worked on the song also together with John Batiste.
Oh, nice! Yeah, he's great.
And he's an incredible talent. He was also in Tuscany because that summer, that show was like literally like bringing together so many incredible artists.
Yeah.
And so I ended up like doing 2-3 days of writing with John, and I must say that you rarely find artists that approach music that way. He's like very authentic. He doesn't follow any marketing formula, and I don't know if you had the chance to listen to his latest record, but I really enjoyed it so much, and I appreciate the way again he approaches music.
Yeah, he's super talented.
Yeah.
Who else are you listening to? Like if I was gonna get in the car with you, what's like some of the songs that you would be like, oh, if I give you the aux chord, like what are you playing?
So I would be playing lately John Batiste. It really depends, obviously, on the Ed also is now like just released his new record. But also I listen to a lot of Italian music too.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's he's not alive yet anymore, but this super famous Italian singer called Batiste, and used to be probably the greatest singer-songwriter ever existed in Italy.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yeah.
well we'll check him out.
So beautiful, like those are poems more than
Nice.
songs.
Yeah, that poetic language. Told you. Well, we're going to check him out, but more importantly, everyone, please check out "Falling in Love" by Matteo Bocelli, which is out now. Thank you so much.
Thank
Matteo.
you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.